Hello and welcome to Country Life Simple. The other day I went into Chemist Warehouse to buy some toiletries and I saw deodorant for $7.50. One can of deodorant. Ridiculous. I didn't buy it. I don't need to because I make my own. I've struggled with deodorant for many years. I used to use normal deodorant and I always had to sneeze after it. I also really don't like that talcum powder in it. I don't like the roll-ons because they've got some risks to your health as well. And I really do like the bars. They're very good, they're very efficient, they contain odor, they contain sweat. You also can use them on other areas in summer when you sweat and you might get a bit of a rash. But they are pricey, they are really pricey. So I've learned how to make my own deodorant bar and today I'm going to share that with you. All we're going to use is some shea butter, some coconut oil, some Kaolin Clay. I don't actually know how to say this, I'm sorry. And some arrowroot powder, which I normally use for baking or cooking. I use this often. And then some essential oils. I have chosen peppermint and rosemary, which are odor controllers, and then just for some scent I've chosen jasmine. I've got this old container from I think it was a body yogurt from the Body Shop, and it's the perfect size and the perfect shape. Once this becomes hard, this just comes out of it and I can roll it under my underarms and it's easy. So first I'm going to take 3 tablespoons each of the shea butter and the coconut oil and melt that. Alright, so now I melted the shea butter and coconut oil. Coconut oil melts quite quickly, shea butter a lot slower. So if you do live in a hot climate or if it's hot where you are, just use a little bit more shea butter and a little bit less coconut oil. So 3 tablespoons of shea butter, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Now most people do use bi-carb in the homemade deodorant. I tried and I had a horrible rash. So no, I'm not using it. Instead, I'm going to use arrowroot powder and I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons. I'll see how I go with 3 first. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of the clay. So the clay reacts as the clay is the most important ingredient in this. It will absorb your sweat. And this is now a nice paste. I might add 1 more tablespoon of the arrowroot powder. This is like a little bit of a starch, so it holds it all together. And I put the recipe in the description box below. And then I'm gonna add my scent. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of the jasmine because I like the smell. About 5 drops. And about 10 drops each of the peppermint and rosemary. And make sure you use proper essential oils, not artificial essential oils like the real oils. Otherwise you might have a adverse reaction as well of the ingredients. So this is now a smooth paste. And you can have another smell if you're happy with this. I'm now going to fill it into my container. Oh yeah, that smells good. You can of course make more, but for me this is sort of the perfect amount for one of these containers. And like I said, I really like that shape. You can buy roll-on or, you know, deodorant bar containers, but I already had this. It's perfect. So it's still all liquid. I'm going to put the lid on and let it dry, and then winter jasmine, and I put jasmine in it, and it's winter so it matches. So I let this cool down, then it becomes hard, and I'll show it to you again. So the main ingredients for my homemade deodorant for sensitive skin is shea butter. And shea butter is a skin superfood, especially for sensitive skin. It soothes, it heals and protects the skin, and also moisturizes. It's in a lot of body lotions and face creams you get, you know, commercially available. Another ingredient I use is coconut oil, and I just use the normal coconut oil I also use to frying food. Again, it's a great moisturizer. A lot of people use it on their hair as well. It does wonder to your hair. Can't put it on mine. My hair is really fine and thin. Coconut oil makes it too heavy, but I know especially Asians, they use it quite a lot in their hair, and it's also so nice and shiny and glossy. And then I use arrowroot powder instead of bi-carb. So like I said, bi-carb, I had a bad rash, and it's not really recommended for sensitive skin. So arrowroot powder is a great alternative. Again, I use it for cooking as well. It's a great alternative to cornstarch. You also can use it instead of baby powder, talcum powder, any of those kind of things. I use arrowroot. I actually make most of my arrowroot myself because I've got them growing in the chook pen. The chooks love to eat the arrowroot greens. They also make great mulch once they sort of dry. And then I dig out the tubes and dry them and grate them, and then I have arrowroot powder. But if you don't want to go through that extent, I totally understand. You can buy it. I'm pretty sure you can buy it in the supermarket. Not 100% sure on that. You definitely can buy it in any good health food store. And then I use, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, Kaolin Clay. Kaolin Clay is specifically for sensitive skin. It's naturally absorbent. A lot better is Bentonite Clay. Bentonite Clay is detoxifying, healing and odor treating, but Bentonite Clay is, my skin reacts to it, so it's not recommended for sensitive skin. And since I have sensitive skin, I choose to use Kaolin Clay. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right. And of course essential oils. So you can put in whatever essential oils you choose, whatever you like. Some essential oils have natural properties. They're disinfecting, they're healing, they're soothing. Some just smell really good. In my recipe today, I'm using a mixture out of rosemary. What else have I put out? Peppermint and jasmine. All right, I'm done. I have had this in the fridge now for a little bit, and this is how it looks like. It actually doesn't come out at the moment, probably because I just had it in the fridge for a little bit too long, but normally it comes out of the container, and that's why I like this container, because then the top is round and I can just do this. But I can also just, you know, use a little bit. I'll just show you on my hand. It's got a really, like, it's moisturizing. It's non-gritty. It smells good. And I just used way too much for my hand. So it actually makes the skin underneath your armpits really soft as well. It just feels beautiful. And yeah, it really does absorb any moisture and any odor. I have had nobody sort of saying that I'm smelly. It also doesn't leave any stains. So if you do sweat, there's no oily stains or anything like that. Yeah. Normally I put it on my armpits in the morning, and if I do have anything left over, I put it on my hands, and they feel great and not oily at all. It sort of soaks in the skin immediately. It's really good. You can buy deodorant containers you could utilize for this, but I don't know. I quite like this version. So in summer it does get really hot here, and although we do air condition, the house in general is still quite hot. I have to be careful that this doesn't melt. A lot of times in summer I do actually add some beeswax, and I melt that as well when I melt the shea butter and the coconut oil, and just add that into it, and that holds it together. Obviously beeswax has also some healing properties for your skin, but it just makes this mixture a bit firmer. Alternatively, you can put it in the fridge as well, and then you've got like a nice cooling sensation in the morning, or whenever you use deodorant. So you can use it as deodorant. You could theoretically use it as a bit of a skin cream. You also can use it for chafing if you have any issues with that in summer, you know, when you wear skirts or something, or nappy rashes or something. Obviously, if you use it on babies, just be careful with the essential oils, not too much of that. But yeah, you can use it for all these kind of things where you might have any sort of adverse reaction. It works a treat. It's easy made. I'm not quite sure what the ingredients would cost, and I haven't actually done the math, but it's, you know, I used about, what is it? I'm just looking at the recipe here. Yeah, 3, 5, 6 or 7 tablespoons of things. Definitely costs a lot less than $7, and it does last a long time. So this probably will last me at least 6 months. I'm not a heavy sweater, I have to say as well, so I don't have experience if you're a really, really heavy sweater. But yeah, it does get very hot here, and I do gardening and I do a lot of outdoor activities. Do I still sweat? Yeah, of course I do, but I do not smell, and you know, you still sweat when you wear deodorant as well anyway. So I hope that, you know, gave you an idea to do something, to make something yourself for your skincare and save some money, and do something healthy instead of paying other people the big bucks. So let me know if you enjoyed this content. I can make some more videos about homemade cleaning products or skincare products. If you leave me some comments in the description box below, I'll find some great topics for you to look at. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.